Silver prices are rocketing with a stunning 46% gain so far in 2024. At the start of this year at about $23 all the way to the current price now of $32.61, outshining even gold's activity this year. This rally is no fluke. Silver is being propelled by rising demand, constrained supply, and a changing geopolitical landscape that can make it a game changer for investors. Let's talk about this one. Okay, so I want to take a quick minute, share some thoughts in reference to silver activity and the silver squeeze is underway and just some probable outcomes for silver in the next couple of months, especially heading to the next year, where I anticipate silver to really shine bright, even more so than gold. So today I want to just put together some charts and some thoughts and just remind you of the importance of holding silver because it still is the most undervalued asset that people can grab right now at a really affordable price. And so as always, if you guys want to see more of these little short takes where I do a deep dive and share thoughts as well as graphs and things of that nature, definitely hit that thumbs up button, make sure you subscribe, and then take this and share it so more people can find out what's really going on and what's at stake here if people don't grab a hold of this type of knowledge right now. But first I want to start off with this graph right here and just show you some key points here in reference to how silver price surge in 2024 and 2025 will be driven by these areas right here. So to the far side of the screen here, you see the demand. So we have industrial uses, solar, and electronics. And because of the world going to this green, new, eco-friendly environment that we're heading towards, that of itself will place more demand on the need for silver, which will leave manufacturers in all sectors that impact this green new transition racing to secure as much silver as they can. And that of itself will spark the demand that we haven't seen in decades. And then you come right over here to the supply side. The production constraints is the biggest issue because as of right now, miners are not extracting enough silver from the ground that is needed to meet the demand. And therefore, therein lies the crunch or the squeeze because demand will continue to outpace supply. Therefore, any available silver above ground that will make its way towards the manufacturers have to come at a much higher price than what it is today. So therefore, the $32 an ounce is small compared to what it could be in the future if the supply doesn't catch up with the demand. And then you factor in what could be the canary in the coal mine with the geopolitical factors that people aren't really considering. And so what I've talked about so far is just the supply and demand based upon the Western Hemisphere, not to mention in the Eastern Hemisphere, where we have China and Russia that also have plans for silver. And with the BRICS recent announcement on them trying to come up with their own precious metals exchange, that puts more and more pressure on the Western bullion banks and things of that nature that will definitely lead to more of a shock to this silver surge that I anticipate coming real soon. Global tensions will definitely lead to some investment shifts because this is just on the commercial side of things. And I haven't even talked about the retail investors just yet. So let's start with demand. Industrial use is the backbone of silver's value today, with over 60% of silver consumption going towards things like solar and electronics. That clearly will be the force behind the silver surge coming. See, solar power alone now requires 100 million ounces of silver annually. And as global green energy investments skyrocket, demand for silver and solar could more than double by 2030. And as of right now, what's on the screen here is the silver consumption by industry this year alone. So as of today, it's 40% solar energy, 25% electronics, 20% batteries, and percent other industries. So this right here makes up silver's consumption within the tech sector. And this does not factor in retail investors or the possible allocation of silver into central banks' coffers in the next couple of years. And then beyond solar, you got Samsung's new silver-based solid-state battery technology, which promises to increase silver's role in electric vehicles. So if these batteries catch on, demand could jump by thousands of tons each year for this green future they're trying to take us. But here's the problem. Silver supply isn't keeping up. More than half of silver's production comes as a byproduct of other metals like copper and zinc, meaning higher prices alone won't drive up output. So as of now, here's the silver supply sources and production challenges. And so 50%, as I mentioned, is byproduct of other metals. 30% mine production is on decline right now. And then you have 20% falling ore grades. So this scenario here equals problems for the silver industry moving forward. And then the Silver Institute expects 215 million ounce supply gap before the end of this year. That's one of the biggest deficits in decades. And as it says here, the global silver deficit is anticipated to increase by 17%, reaching 215.3 million ounces in 2024. This rise is attributed to a 2% growth in demand, primarily driven by robust industrial consumption, coupled with a 1% decline in total supply, as reported by the Silver Institute. So clearly this mismatch is fueling speculation of a potential silver squeeze, where limited supplies and higher demand could push prices sharply higher beyond numbers that we've seen thus far. And then there's the geopolitical twist that I mentioned earlier. See, Russia's move to add silver to its reserves alongside its already massive gold holding could signal a shift among BRICS nations away from the US dollar. And so at the heart of all this, we got the geopolitical impact on the silver market, which is coming up real soon. To the far side of the screen here, Russia's silver reserves. That plan there is the escalation of the de-dollarization push that they appear to be spearheading, along with nations like China And then right above me here, you see the BRICS nations that are shifting also away from U.S. liabilities. And so the potential actions by other countries is what could be the catalyst to really send silver through the roof, on top of the supply and demand issues as well. Because silver would be the best way to end the entire precious metals manipulation practices if it's used as a strategic asset. And then this, combined with the concentrated short position held by U.S. banks, raises the possibility of a market shock if these banks are forced to cover their positions in a rising market. So with silver's role growing across industries and global politics, this metal might be more than just a safe haven. It could be a star player in the future of the economy. So once again, just sharing my 2 cents on this matter and trying to highlight how important silver is for a multitude of reasons, of which I laid out in this video here. So as always, if you guys found value, hit that thumbs up button, take a minute, drop a comment down below so I can see and hear what you guys are thinking about this matter. And also, there's no point in really talking about all these issues here without giving people strategies as well as possible solutions on how to get involved in the silver market directly. And therein lies the opportunity with the Quicksilver Network program. In dollar cost average with as little as 1 ounce a month, and become a member of the team would give you access to your own bullion store for you to share with others so that they can get their weight up in silver. And then by being a distributor, you'll be a part of the community that's actually helping put silver into people's hands at a time when I just showed you how silver is the most undervalued asset that's under a lot of pressure right now, globally speaking. So once again, if you guys are interested in finding out more about that, visit mysilverteam.com to find out more about the program. And then if you want to join me, we'd definitely love to work with you directly and just trying to remind you how exciting the silver market is about to become. Hopefully you'll get involved in it. Other than that, catch you guys later.